I think in this specific example where there was this woman who had overdosed, I think you went to the parents and said, you know, what were some of the episodes that happened when she would show up on drugs and these kinds of things, and they were like, oh, they were horrible. And I think you just tried to get them to show that it wasn't all this saint that had left us, but it was...
Can I share a story, Goodwin?
Please.
I'm in, maybe I better not say. I'm in Canada, I'll just say that, not the city. And a lady, I get called. I did the breakthrough experience, and I had a consult from 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11. And then I had another lady that said, I don't care if it's 11 o'clock at night, if you'll do it, I'll do it. And I said, well, I leave at 4 in the morning to go on a flight. I gotta leave at 6. So I'll meet you at 11, I'll go to midnight. Well, I didn't know what it was, but she came. And sometimes I do consults throughout the night. And her son, her 16-year-old son, hung himself in a bathroom during a sexual act with his girlfriend. They kind of do a choke thing. I can't say I've ever been interested in choking myself to have sex, but they were trying this maneuver. Well, he choked and he died. The girl freaked out. She called, 911 and got the police there and everything else. And, the mother comes home, freaking out, son's dead. So when she comes to actually dissolve the grief, I'm noticing that she's got an unconscious motive to keep that grief. I can tell within a short period of time that there's a motive to keep the grief here. Even though she's claiming she wants to get rid of it, there's a part of it that's keeping it. So I said, there's some motive. You're getting some sort of secondary gain and benefits out of keeping this grief here. What's going on here? So after some more probing, we found out that she came from a low socioeconomics. She happened to meet this guy who came from the top, some of the wealthiest family in Canada. She meets this guy. They start dating. She was attractive, but comes from low socioeconomics. He liked her. They were dating. She thinks I could get out of my situation. So she had a part that really cared and another part that saw opportunity. And it's a fine line between the narcissistic and altruistic components of our nature. So she got pregnant, and the parents felt that she was way beneath the standard of the family and demanded the son to demand that she gets an abortion and that they'll pay for it and give her some money to go away. Get the son away from this riffraff, as their parents were. And so now she's in a situation where as long as she's grieving, the parents aren't going to get rid of her. Because the parents said that you shouldn't be with this lady, and now that the 16-year-old's dead, get out of this relationship while you can, which is interesting. So she was afraid of the family wanting her out of the equation now because the kid was her trump card. So as long as she's grieving, they're not going to do it. But if she shows that she's no longer grieving, then she's running a risk. So we had to sit down and think about what's the negotiation to walk away, because she really hated the family. She did not want to be in that relationship. With the man she did, but not with the family, because the family's pressure was incredible. Then she told me the son was getting in trouble, doing drugs, was having wild parties. The police were watching him. She was coming home and sometimes having sleepless nights, not knowing what he's going to do as a 16-year-old, which is not uncommon for a 16-year-old. She was just waiting to know when he's going to get called from the police or when they're going to raid the house or these kind of things. And she was having a part of her that goes, I don't want to have to deal with this, but I feel trapped in my marriage. I feel trapped in this relationship, but it's my own doing. I use the trump card to get the deal. I'm getting the deal, but here's the pain that comes with the pleasure. I thought I was going to get more pleasure than pain, but it turned out to be pain and pleasure. Welcome to life. So we had to sit down and negotiate and come up with a strategy of what would be a fair exchange for her to move out of the relationship with this man. And we came up with an offer. And they paid her the offer and she went on her business and didn't have grief after that. But she was using grief as a strategy. And some people think, well, that's cruel and that's mean and everything else. No, it's human behavior. And human beings have both kind and cruel and nice and mean and positive and negative and want and not want of moments. They always love their child deep inside. But the personas that we wear when we're frustrated, sometimes we have a side, we go, go play in the traffic. I need a break.
How do you get out of a rat race? How do you create wealth not only for yourself, but also for the generations to come after?
I am absolutely amazed with the quality of companies that we're getting exposure to.
We go on to Zoom calls with the innovators and the folks who are building new applications in metaverse, blockchain, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance.
What's going on, everybody? Thumbs up if you can see me.
We are focusing on early stage investment.
And the quality of people that we're getting exposure to, whether it be Dan Tapiero with 1RT, Jason Ma from Open, Yatsu from Animoca.
It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. It has far exceeded my expectations.
We are focusing on cutting edge technologies.
I view it now as the best investment I've ever made. The upside I view is unlimited.
And as a retail investor, I would never get this exposure anywhere else outside of Investment Club.
See you in the Investment Club.
So we have these two emotions, and sometimes when we're under elation and infatuation, we have grief over them, but if we're resentful, we have the opposite. When people are really, really shamed, feeling resentful, feeling down, feeling depressed, they don't have a fear of death. They think about it. When they're elated and excited and everything else, they have a fear of death. When they're down and depressed and shamed, they have a fear of life continuing. So everybody has a fear of life and a fear of death potential sitting there, depending on where they are on the polarities in their awareness. If they're subjectively biased towards positive, they have a fear of death. If they have subjectively biased towards negative, they have a fear of life continuing. And they think about it. And I've met people that were suicidal and contemplating their thing because life wasn't working for them and they wanted out. They had been indoctrinated by religion or some other indoctrination that there's a better deal in the afterlife eschatologically. But we don't know what that is. It's just belief systems. So if you buy into that belief system, you'll kill yourself. Like a jihad killing of a Muslim. I'll kill myself, and if I kill 3 different incarnations, I'm going to get 72 virgins. If they believe there's a better deal out there, they'll die for their cause. It's a belief system. And so they don't have grief. The people go and they reward them, and they go, well, hey, he died for his cause. So there's a whole spectrum of potential perceptions and feelings associated with life and death. And I'm not going to label one good and the other bad because that traps people. I'm going to say that there are two aspects of our nature, and we are dying all our life. We have cells dying every day in our life by apoptosis, and we're living every single day. And life and death have to have a balance, and there's a balance of apoptosis and mitosis in our body, so we're living and dying every single day. So to label one good and the other bad is to misunderstand nature. And if we look very carefully, look at nature. When a predator goes after a prey, the prey may die, but the offspring of the predator lives. So is that death or life? And if they get away, the prey gets away, and the predator starves, and they die, and this lives, which one's good or bad? Which one? We get trapped in those moral structures. And I can't give it an answer. No one can. We buy into an absolute moralist view, and we get stuck because we don't have to think about the situational ethics and the relativism that's associated with it. So we just buy into that, and we want to be right and memorize that, and this is what's good and evil. And we get trapped in that. And the amygdala does that. The executive center is more thoughtful and more aware and understands all the variations and situational ethics that's there.
Hey, I know investing in crypto is scary. It takes a real leap of faith because there are so many scams, rug pulls, and bad actors out there. It's a dangerous business, which is why 95% of people lose all their money. Well, that's why I created the London Real Investment Club, so you can access the hottest deals on the planet and use the crypto bull market to create the generational wealth that you deserve. Join my team of over 100 people from around the world that are making millions of dollars behind the scenes investing in blockchain, AI, Web3 games, DeFi, Bitcoin, and more. Don't miss out. Click the link below to book a call with one of my team now. But hurry, this bull market will end soon.
I know investing crypto can be scary. That's why you gotta join the investment club. Pull the trigger. Let's do this.